everyone, welcome back to Rustic Groves Farm. My name is Ali and we live on a small farm with our children here in Western Australia, and I just thought I would show you the state of my garden at the moment. It's the end of summer here and it's all gone a bit out of control, and I just thought I would show you what it looks like now before we actually do any work to it and prepare it for our winter veggies. So I'm just going to flip you around. So here is the majority of our food garden. It has the really big structure and bird netting over the top, because when we first moved here we tried to have it without all that. I wasn't planning on having all that. Sorry about the wind noise, hopefully that's not too bad. But yeah, the parrots, pink and grey galahs and that sort of thing were absolutely destroying my garden. So we had to put up some sort of structure to keep them out. So yeah, that's what that monstrosity is. But you can see we get a fair bit of grass growing in our gardens, which is a real pain in the butt. We do weed that quite often, but it still manages to find its way back in. So that's a bit of a problem, which is really annoying. And we did put chip bark down on the floor, but as you can see, the grass is still growing through because it's runner grass, so it's going to do that. So we have the tomatoes that need pulling out now because they're finished. We have a huge big little shrub of basil. I'm going to make some pesto out of that. We've still got zucchinis growing, so there's one to pick in there. Lots of calendula flowers. I really like making healing oils and stuff like that with that, so my garden is full of those, plus it attracts the bees into the garden as well, which is always a good thing. Over here I have some apple mint because it's delicious, some rainbow chard up the back there, more zucchinis, more zucchinis, more zucchinis. Got some beetroot here, and this is what I mean, our garden bed's actually full of all this grass. Got some thyme here. It is mulched and everything, but the grass just seems to get through, which is a real pain. We had some shade cloths up on the back fence just to help keep the morning sun off in the height of summer, and that because it was frying the garden, and it really did help having that shade cloth just down that side, which was really good. In here I have some chili plants growing, which have actually self-seeded from last year's chili. I have some not a very healthy zucchini plant here that's throwing off its last zucchinis. Have an old basil that I've let go to seed to bring in the bees. I have some parsley here and a tomato plant that needs pulling out, a lettuce here that's gone to seed as well, and some dead and dying cucumber plants. This one here obviously needs to be pulled out. This was full of the first lot of zucchini plants I planted, but yeah, they need to be pulled out now. There is a nice lettuce here though, which is cool, so I'll be eating that. Down the end here there was more cucumber plants down here. I was planning to grow them up along here, but that didn't quite work out. The cucumbers didn't really like it here. I think it was too hot even with the shade cloth, so I'll be planting them elsewhere for next summer. We've got some more beetroot here, lots more calendula, heaps of rainbow chard that is just out of control. Some more zucchini plants in there, some more calendula, some more lettuce that's gone to seed. This one is just terrible. There was tomato plants in here. It's all overgrown with grass. There is some like carrots in here, which I will harvest when we go to clean up this bed. Yeah, it's pretty terrible. Then we've got my butternut pumpkins in here. So as you can see, these are full of grass as well, but they are growing, so that is good. And there's lots of flowers and stuff, so that should be good. This one up here is also pumpkin, and there's, like, obviously that's full of grass as well. This one is dying off now. This was apple cucumbers. They are absolutely delicious. My favourite cucumbers ever. This whole bed was full of them. I love them. They, if you've not tried it before, they are much sweeter than your normal cucumber. They actually have a lot of flavour. The skin's hard though, so you have to cut that off and just eat like the inside of it. But oh, just delicious. I must have in my summer garden. So yeah, so little butternut pumpkins are starting to grow on here as well. I planted my pumpkins really late this summer. I just chucked some in and we're just hoping that they'd take off, so we'll see what happens there. This one's pumpkin as well, but this is the really big pumpkins. There's plenty of flowers in here, so hopefully they'll start to take off soon as well. This bed here is also all full of grass. We've got lettuce going to seed. These are newer zucchini plants though, so they're just throwing up their first kind of zucchinis, and they've got lots of flowers on them. Wow, look at this big monster. Oh, that is a big zucchini. Obviously that's been hiding there for a while. Lots of flowers on that one as well. Got some lettuce under here. It's going to seed now. Yeah, so that's pretty much the garden. As you can see, we've got a fair bit of work to do. We grow a lot of food in here though. We do also have more of these beds set up over the other side. They don't have anything in them at the moment because they don't have the structure over the top with the netting, and it's just, if we plant anything there, the birds just absolutely attack it, and it's just not worth it because they wreck everything as soon as it gets started. So, and we're left with no food. So my husband will be building another structure again and netting over the top because that seems to work really well. Yeah, so that's pretty much the state of the garden, and we will be fixing it up and preparing it for our winter veggies and getting rid of all the grass again. So yeah, stay tuned for that. One bed down, nice and grass free, and a lot of beds to go. I probably should add here that anything that I'm pulling out of the garden that's edible actually goes into our worm farm, and they consume that, and then we use their worm castings and everything to replenish our garden beds later on, which I will show you in another video. Right, now it's time to plant some seedlings in the garden. I've chosen to pop some seedlings in now just to give it a head start. I will also be planting some of our winter veggies by seed as well, which I'll be doing over the coming weeks. But yeah, I love to replace things back into the garden. This is just a little bit of the harvest that I've got from the garden that was winding down. So many zucchinis there, some like really giant ones that were hiding, some pretty giant beetroot that had been semi-forgotten about, some carrots, very last of my cucumbers in there, and a head of lettuce. So that's not too bad considering I ripped out half of my garden to replant my winter veggies. Okay, so we've been busy working on our garden, and now I can show you the result of our hard work. So we've weeded all the grass and we've planted out some new winter type veggies. So let me show you that now. I'll just switch you around. Okay, so here's bed number 1, which I've left some zucchini in. There's lots of calendula still. There's still heaps of basil on that shrub, which seems to be doing well, so I'll be harvesting some more from that soon. The chives here have started flowering, which is really nice because it's bringing in the bees, and I've got rid of all that done tomato that was still there. Over this side we've cleaned up the beds quite a fair bit, so there's still quite a few zucchini plants, still the rainbow chard up the back, just thin that right back. No more grass in here, well, there is little bits, but you know, minimal. So that bed is looking much better now. This bed had all the big dead tomato plants and cucumber plants and all that, so we've taken all that out. I've still left the zucchini plant in there for now, but that will be coming out soon. We've planted a few more little things in here for winter. So I've just got some beneficial little alyssum flowers here, some broccoli, and this is a little self-seeded chili plant, and this one is a dwarf sunflower, just to help bring in the bees, which also helps in the productivity of your garden, so the more bees the better. This one was the one that had all the dead and dying zucchini plants in it. I've still left one just in the corner because it's still producing for a bit. We've got a nice rosemary here. We've got a couple of the dwarf sunflower plants again. We've got some onion up the back, little beetroot spread here and there. And this one's actually a echinacea, so that'll be nice as well. I love to plant things that I can use in the garden for healing purposes, so that's a nice addition. Further up the back here is where I ripped out more of the cucumbers. So up here we've got some broccoli as well, some more onion seedlings there. Left all the calendula up that end because that's still going strong and I love the flowers, so that is still there. Thinned out some of this rainbow chard and popped in a few little things around. So I've still got the zucchini plant in there, popped in some beetroot and got some chives going on here, more calendula, and got some carrots down there as well. This one here was that terrible one with all the dead tomato plants and all the grass growing. So in here we've got quite a lot of things. They've got a couple of cabbage, a couple of leeks up the back there. What have we got here? Some broccoli and some beetroot again. Little dwarf sunflower, just to again help bring in the bees when they're needed. This one here was the one that I pulled out all the cucumber plants from. So Up on the fence here will be some sugar snap peas. Got some little alyssum flowers again in here. Got the society garlic plant here, which is nice. Yeah, so that'll be that bed. So those peas will end up growing all over that grate. So that'll be awesome. This one here, I've still just left the zucchini plants in there. I still need to pull out some of the lettuce that's gone to seed, and I've actually got some rocket to plant in here, and also probably spread a few onions here and there. The pumpkin beds up the back are looking a lot better, no more grass except for that one. I still have to finish off that one, and I started that one, but I still have to finish off that one as well. So as you can see, it's a pretty big difference, and it doesn't take long. You know, in another 6 weeks this garden will be pumping out a lot of food again, and in the meantime we've still got lots of zucchinis and rainbow chard and herbs and that sort of stuff to eat. So yeah, that's our little revamp of our food garden out the back here. Thanks so much for sticking around and watching our videos. If you'd like to see more like this one, please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. We have plenty of things to show you around the farm, and we hope to see you next time. Have a great day, guys.